Hi, I'm Chris Stokes-Reese, Application Specialist with Audioscan. This short video is just going to give you a quick overview of the new features for Audioscan products in the July 2017 software release. Just FYI, the version numbers of the new software will be 4.10 for Verifit 2, 1.16 for Axiom, and 3.18 for the Verifit VF1 and the RM500SL. There will also be new versions of our PC apps, so the current NOAA module will be version 2.8, and the remote console for VF2 and Axiom will be version 1.6. So now, what's new in the new software? Well, looking at it by model, for the Verifit 2, we've got the new MAOF highlighter for adjusting frequency lowering. Also for Verifit 2 and on Axiom, we have SII Target ranges in the auto bars. The occlusion effects test and the manual control screen both become dual view. DSL targets for bone-anchored hearing devices. This is for Verifit 2 and Verifit 1, but serial number 2070 and above. Verifit 2 and Axiom get some more international speech passages. We can now print from the remote console. Axiom Speech Map now gets a table view like the other products. And finally, the S and SH stimuli for frequency lowering are now standard in all Audioscan products. Now we'll look at some of those features in a little bit more detail. First off, we have the MAOF highlighter for Verifit 2. Now, the current standard protocol for adjusting frequency lowering is using the S and the SH signals. Up until now, models other than the Verifit 2, these signals were added through the use of user files on a USB stick. With this new software release, these stimuli will now be part of all the products. The MAOF highlighter is a new feature also for frequency lowering, but this is just on the Verifit 2. After the update, for all products, you'll see that the S and the SH show up in Setup Speech Map. Now, to explain the MAOF highlighter, the current recommended protocol, in short, is you start out by running a 65 dB speech test, and then you identify the maximum audible output frequency range, or MAOF. The MAOF is, of course, the range between the point where the LTAS crosses the SPL threshold and where the peak line crosses the SPL threshold. So this is something that you would normally have to identify manually. Then you run an S stimulus and adjust frequency lowering for the minimum amount required to get the upper shoulder of that S to fall within the MAOF range. Second step is to run an SH stimulus and just make sure that it doesn't overlap the S. On the Verifit 2 now, protocol is the same, but we've added a target for that S stimulus. So, step 1, of course, is to run a 65 dB speech test. Step 2, you'd run the S stimulus in a separate test slot, and note that there's a new feature there, Show MAOF. Click on that drop-down menu, and it will show you any tests that exist that already have a 65 dB speech stimulus run in them. Once you select the test, in this case it was test 2, you'll notice there's a pink line. Well, the line is the color of the test that you're running currently, and that's the target range. So in this particular case, I would increase the amount of frequency lowering to move this S stimulus down so it looks more like this. Then finally, we would run the SH as well and check to make sure that they don't overlap. Both the Verifit 2 and the Axiom have always had their SII display in these auto bars. So we have a bar graph display that shows you SII unaided and predicted aided for each speech test. One of the questions that often comes up, of course, is what's the target range? Where do we want this to land? Well, DSL actually has some data for that. With the new software release, you'll see when you're running a DSL child test that the aided SII bar will have an upper and lower limit that you can aim for. You can find out more information about this and how it was derived by looking in our user guide. The occlusion effects test is now dual view, both ears on screen at once, and the manual control screen is also now dual view, just for convenience. In 2017, Audioscan announced the upcoming release of the new Verifit Skull Simulator. Now, the Skull Simulator isn't ready to ship yet. However, with this software release, we have added the targets for all the compatible products. In the Verifit 2 or Verifit 1 serial number 2070 or later, when you go into Test Box Speech Map and select Instrument Type, you'll notice there's a new selection for BAHD. Once this is selected, when you open audiometry, you'll see that there is a device selector because the DSL BCD targets are actually specific to the device that you're fitting. Select that device, and then the speech map screen looks kind of the same, but everything is now in force level, and you have a new set of targets. Once again, we've added a few new foreign speech passages on the Verifit 2 and the Axiom. You can find them here in Setup Speech Map. If you're running the remote console, which allows you to run your Axiom or Verifit 2 from your PC screen, you'll notice we've added a new print function. Under File, we now have Print and Screen Capture. While Screen Capture allows you to just save the image as a graphic image on your PC, Print will then use your PC's internal print drivers to print to whatever your default print choice is. In the login screen, there's now a Setup button, and when you press that Setup button, you can go in there and customize your printout, including adding a custom logo if you wish. Then while you're running the equipment through the console at any time, if you select Print, you'll get a preview screen like this and be able to print out to your PC printer. Axiom users will be happy to see that SpeechMap now has a table view, which allows you to see the numerical targets and LTAS levels, etc. A quick note for early adopters of the Verifit 2. This product now ships with a custom lanyard for the probe dock. If you have an earlier unit that didn't ship with this, just give us a call or an email at info@audioscan.com. Give us your serial number and confirm your address, and we'll send you one out. Thanks for taking the time, and if you have any questions about this update, please send us an email, support@audioscan.com. Thanks.